from. Would love to hear what's going on in your neck of the woods. So if you joined us on the line tonight, thank you so much for joining us. And we just want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. But please tell us who we have out there. Give us your name and where you're calling from.
Rose from New Orleans.
There she is, Miss Rose, all the way from New Orleans. Welcome, welcome to the call. Who else do we have out there?
Michelle McDaniel.
There she is, Miss Michelle McDaniel. Welcome, welcome to the call. Who else do we have out there? Please give us your name and where you're calling from.
Good evening, everyone. This is Thelma from New Orleans.
Good evening, Miss Thelma. Welcome, welcome to the call. Who else do we have out there? Please give us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, Michelle with two L's, Southern Maryland.
Michelle with two L's, all the way from Southern Maryland. Welcome, welcome to the call. Who else do we have out there? Please give us your name and where you're calling from.
Antoinette Everett, North Carolina. I'm driving.
There she is, Miss Antoinette Everett, all the way from North Carolina. Welcome, welcome to the call, superstar. Who else do we have out there? Please give us your name and where you're calling from.
Alicia Mundy, all the way from Forestville, Maryland.
All right, Miss Alicia Mundy, all the way from Forestville, Maryland. Welcome, welcome to the call. Awesome, awesome. Anybody else out there, please give us your name and where you're calling from.
Iantha Green, Raleigh, North Carolina.
There she is, Miss Iantha Green, all the way from Raleigh, North Carolina. Welcome, welcome to the call. Awesome, awesome. Well, we're going to get started with our kudos, shout outs, and high fives. And so if anybody wants to get that recognition, you can definitely give it to yourself or give it to someone else. And so we want to just give that recognition where recognition is due. And we know how important it is because a lot of people aren't recognized a lot of times. And so it's so important to be able to recognize people and just say, good job, give them a pat on the back, or just say, hey, what you did really meant a lot to me. And so this is the time to give that recognition where recognition is due. Do we have any kudos, shout outs, and high fives out there?
Tour, 5 people from Diamond Tours. Diamond Tour advertised the bus tour, and 5 people got their names, and I called them. Only one lady answered, and so she said she's thinking about it, but I hope the other ones think about it too. And make me have at least 21. Well, 21, I got 19. That'll make me like 24. So I was getting close to 30. That's a little bit. Thank God for every little bit.
That's right. That's great. That's great. And so what you want to do is turn that around. Instead of saying only one person answered, saying, you know what, if I call 5 people and one person answered and they're going to think about it. That's amazing. So definitely, you know, what they say, you gotta put that energy, you gotta be positive and put that energy in everything that you're doing and just say, hey, I just know that my next 5 or 6 people are on their way. And that's great of them to advertise for you, to help you advertise and put it out there. And I know you've been definitely doing those flyers, and I encourage you to go back and go back over your steps and put out some more flyers, because a lot of times people just misplace them. And sometimes you might need to even call somebody and say, hey, I just want to make sure that you got the flyer. Are you sure you can't come? You know, I got only 6 seats left, and you know, I want you to make sure you're there. And sometimes when you call people and personally invite them, that may make a difference. So that's amazing. It's amazing. A lot of people don't realize how difficult it is to sell a bus, to actually go out and sell a bus. It's no easy feat. And you're right, you have to always be marketing. You got to be talking to people, and you got to ask people, hey, who do you know? Who do you know that might want to go on this bus trip? I got 6 seats that are open, and I just know there's somebody out there that want to go. So congratulations, Miss Rose and Miss Thelma, for the work that you guys have done. And I just know that it's going to be sold out. It's definitely going to be a sold out trip. Way to go. Anybody else? Any kudos, shout outs, and high fives?
Well, yeah, I guess I'll go.
Oh, is that Michelle?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you
go. Okay. Well, I did meet some people this weekend. I went to an event. I went to that annual Senior Line Dance party, and I had some people who came who brought their friends. So, and then one of my sorors I hadn't seen in a while. She was there with some other sorors. So I got some contact information, gave my cards out, met some new people, and then I met a new person a couple days ago at the Family Dollar, the cashier there. So, and then I met someone today at the rehab center. So I've been meeting some people, and then I got a request for a trip. Somebody that I had talked to before, but she still is the same way. She wants to go somewhere at the end of the month, but she says she doesn't have a budget. We've been texting, so I got to get back to her and say, okay, yeah, I need to know how much. It's 4 people. She either want to go to Cancun or Jamaica, and she wants a suite. So I'm like, okay, you want a suite for everybody, or your suite for each of you? It's 4 people. So anyway, we'll figure it out. So yeah, that's what I've been doing, and along with life, but still moving. And I commend you and Nick for being phenomenal directors that you are, and your leadership. Thank you much. Kudos, shout out, high five.
Awesome. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I commend you with everything you're going on, meeting people. I know you had a good time. I saw a Facebook post of the event, the senior event, and it looked like it was slam dunk. It was packed.
Oh my
Everybody in
God.
white. It looked so good. And I hate we missed it, but I'm telling you, it really looked like you guys had a great time. And I know that you met a lot of people there. And I know how phenomenal it was. And it looked like you and your mom, Miss
Oh my
Francis, had a
goodness.
really good time. And so that's what it's all
was.
about. And
Yeah.
I know that you're just focusing on following up, getting those no's, and getting that cruise booking in terms of whether she wants all 4 people in one cabin, or does she need one cabin?
Well, it's just a reservation. She just wants a room, a suite. She just wants to take a trip to Cancun or Jamaica. You know what I mean? She just wants to go and get a room in an all inclusive location.
Oh, okay. She just wants to. Okay, not a cruise suite. She
Right.
wants a. She wants to. Okay, she wants to
She
all.
just wants a vacation. Yeah, just to go to Cancun or Jamaica in an all inclusive. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's always good. Now I tell you right now, those flights are what's going to get you. It's not the accommodation; it's the flights. That's getting you right now. So as long as she's prepared, and like you said, the most important thing is get that budget, because that can be that can really
we are
make
not
a
playing
difference.
fetch. We are not playing fetch. Okay.
I'm telling you. So good job, great job in doing that. Anybody else? Any kudos, shout outs, and high fives? And don't be afraid to give yourself kudos and shout outs. Give yourself a pat on the back.
Well, I'm still talking to people. I need to work on building a relationship. I talked to about 6 people, 2 new people. Matter of fact, one was out of Arlington, Virginia, and in the group that I talked to, another one was out of DC, and along with the others that I talked to, and I really need to more so work on it because of the places in which I met them. I need to work on the relationship and giving them information. So that's what I need to do now.
All right. Well, awesome. Well, definitely the fortune is in the follow-up. So make sure you keep those lines of communication open and follow up and let them hear from you. Not just only about the trip, just sometimes just text somebody and say, hey, how you doing? I was thinking about you today. Or, hey, how's it going? I thought about you because I saw this color that you were wearing, and I immediately thought of you. And sometimes that's what people need to remember, and just say, well, it's cool. They didn't talk to me about business. They were just reaching out to say hello. And so sometimes that's good too. So awesome, Miss Iantha, stay in the game.
Arlington, Virginia to Upper Marlboro? Because I thought the girls told me it was about 15 miles. Is that true?
So your question is, how close is Arlington to Upper Marlboro? It's probably about Alexandria, Virginia. Not Arlington or Alexandria.
Alexandria, I think.
Okay, well, they're both in the same area, Arlington and Alexandria. Arlington is a little further than Upper Marlboro, than Alexandria, but either way, it's going to take at least 40, depending on where they are in Upper Marlboro, it's going to take at least 45 minutes on the
No, they were
Beltway
coming up there to where you all had your meeting on Thursday night.
from Arlington,
Alexandra.
from Alexandria, and coming to our weekly meeting. Depending on what time they're coming, it's going to take at least 30 to 45 minutes because number one, we have our meeting at 7:30. If they're depending on what's happening on 95 during that time, and if they're stuck in traffic, it can take from 30 minutes to an hour, depending on what traffic is doing. But 9 times out of 10, it is not that far coming from Alexandria to Upper Marlboro where we're located, because we're located right off the Beltway. And so it's not that difficult to find, and it doesn't take that long as long as traffic cooperates.
Okay.
Good job. But definitely invite.
Just edify the meeting. Tell them, hey, you're gonna go meet some phenomenal people. Here's some amazing information. Because Alexandria is just right over the bridge, but don't look at it as distance.
Right.
Say, hey, this is right in your backyard. You're going to hear some amazing information, meet some powerful people. You definitely want to be there on Thursday.
Exactly. And they'll know how to judge traffic. If they're sitting in traffic, they'll know what to do. But and they'll know how they know what traffic is like from where they're coming from, and so they would know how to make those adjustments. So awesome. Anybody else? Any more kudos, shout outs, and high fives?
I am Kim. I'm giving a kudos to everybody because y'all doing some awesome jobs.
Awesome. Well, great. Thank you, Ms. Thelma. And so are you all continuously talking to people and actually showing people how they can, and telling people how this business can benefit them, and giving out those flyers. I think that's one of the best things you could do, is give out flyers and let people know that you're in the travel business. Awesome. Anybody else? Anyone else? Any kudos, shout outs, and high fives?
I got a lot of, I called 30 people in the last couple of days. I've been afflicted, so I haven't been getting out as much as I like to. So I called about 30 people, and a lot of people didn't answer the phone. I got one lady, Miss Cynthia, said yes. So I sent her a little video, and I called back today to see if she looked at the video. She hasn't answered the phone yet. So thank God for the little bit again.
Awesome. And, there we go.
I got 2 no's out of all the people that didn't answer the phone. I got 2 no's, 1 yes, and a lot of call back. So I'm gonna call them back since they didn't answer the phone.
Way to go, Miss Rose. At least you're tracking, you're knowing your numbers, tracking your numbers, and that's half the battle. How many no's you got, and you know that your yes is coming. So track your calls, track your numbers, and it really makes a big difference. And then that way, once you know someone is not interested, you don't have to worry about calling them anymore. So that frees up your time to call somebody else. So kudos, good job, great job, awesome. Definitely get the most no's. Anybody else, please give us your anybody else have any kudos, shout outs, high fives, anything you want to share that you've been doing? All right. Well, I must admit that I have been sharing my 3-step program between the sizzle call and then getting more information, watching the videos, and then following up with them, and that has really been helpful. And I've been getting no's where people look at it, or some people just listen to the sizzle call and just say no. And which is great, because now I know I don't have to follow up with them. So I really love the fact that I am starting out that way and evaluating people just in terms of how interested they are before I even start talking to them a whole lot, or especially doing a presentation. And so that has been very helpful in terms of just being able to identify people who are really interested and want the information and who don't. So I'm just so happy about that. Anybody else have any kudos, shout outs, and high fives? I want to give kudos, shout outs, and high fives to Michelle McDaniel and Michelle Thomas on our team, who are committed And definitely, I mean, they're doing a fantastic job with our weekly live presentation. They are just doing a fantastic job, and they're definitely they're committed and they're dependable. And so that is really what makes a meeting sustain itself. If you get some dependable people, then you can have a weekly meeting. And so that means if someone can't make it, someone generally is there to stand in. I'm so proud of the DMV team because we've developed leaders, and I believe that even if the featured leader doesn't make it, we have enough leaders in the room that can still stand up and do a quality presentation. We have enough leaders that have a laptop. We have enough leaders that know the flow of the meeting. So if something happens and Nick and I can't be there, we know that the meetings will still go on, and we're not afraid of having our guests in that meeting. We're not afraid of somebody taking our guests. We're not afraid of something happening and somebody else signing up our guests. I just really think we have a great group of people and we work well together. So I'm very appreciative to Michelle McDaniel and Michelle Thomas, who consistently show up and show out, and all the stuff they do to make our weekly meeting a success consistently. And so I wanted to give them kudos, shout outs, and high fives. Also wanted to just highlight everybody who's working your business, people who have group trips. I know if you look at the newsletter, you see everybody whose group trip that I have. If you shared it with me, I'm trying to put it on the newsletter. I'm trying to develop I got to really focus on and trying to develop a website to begin putting our trips on so that we feature that trips and events in one place. But also, so I'm going to be working on that too. I know I've been talking about it, and I've tried different things, and it just hasn't worked. So I'm really going to go ahead and do it. However, so this is great. It's great, and so I encourage you to be working on your business as well. Be working, looking at what you can do and what you can't do, and being clear about that in your business. So with that being said, we're going to go to our announcements. Nick Brown, did you have any announcements for us tonight? All right. Well, Nick Brown does not have any.
No, I don't have any announcements.
Okay, no announcements tonight. Hopefully, you guys were able to get on Saturday's winners win call with Dr. Christopher Coakley. He gives out some great information. And right now, everybody's talking about convention. I know all the directors right now. Coach Arlen Thompson is the winning director and having the most people register for convention. Right after that is Jeannie Sharpless. So they're neck and neck. They're battling neck and neck. And so Jeannie Sharpless is also a contender for having the most people registered for convention. Jock Johnson and also Von Nickelberry. And then we are definitely in the running as well for having the most registrants at convention. So that's one of the most important things that's going on right now. And if you did look at the newsletter, you see that when we come back from convention, August 19th, the 15th, I think it's the 15th. August 15th, we have a virtual Super Saturday. We're hosting a virtual Super Saturday. So that means Miss Rose, Miss Thelma, Miss Iantha, everybody, wherever you are, it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. online. It's a virtual Super Saturday. You can go on and register. I put the flyer and the link in the newsletter. And so we're going to have featured speakers. I will probably come up with the agenda after convention because I know that we're going to be doing some new things. They're going to be launching some new things. So I just encourage you to go on and register. Go ahead and put it on your calendar. August the 15th from 10 a.m. to 2, if I'm not mistaken, or 10 a.m. to 1. And we're going to have featured speakers. We're going to actually go through, try to at least give you an overview of some of the things that were announced at convention, some of the things that were going on. So that is August 15th. And I did it virtually because we generally have we have a live Super Saturday here in the DMV on in September, but I didn't want that much time to lapse. So definitely go ahead and reserve that time, get your team on, go ahead and reserve that space. I'm trying to tell you way in advance so that you can go on and make a decision. And so if you're not coming to convention, at least, and you want to tell your team, if you're not going to convention, at least you can pay the $20 to get to Super Saturday to at least get an overview of some of the new announcements and the things that are going on. So that is going to be August 15th. Make sure that you are not only promoting it for yourselves, but promoting it for your teams. And we're going to, like I said, we're going to basically come up with the agenda after the convention and kind of see, and also speak with Dr. Coakley and see what he wants us to definitely share, and what he wants duplicated throughout the field. And so we'll have that agenda after convention, and we'll have featured presenters, featured speakers to be able to cover the various areas. So you don't want to miss it, and definitely go on and reserve your spot. We
Yes,
also
Andy, time is 10 to 1.
10 to 1. Okay, thank you so much. 10 a.m. to 1. And so you definitely want to go on and register. And another thing that you want to do, another thing that we have, if you got your newsletter, then you already know this. And another thing that was added, on Mondays, I'm doing the test drive, and on Tuesday and on Sunday nights, we're doing we're actually going through and actually showing people, kind of doing an onboarding process. So if you have new team members, or if you have members that feel like they don't know what's going on, then definitely get them on those calls. We have not had anyone on those calls. So we generally jump on, and then wait 5 minutes and jump back off. However, if you have questions, or if there are different things you have team members that have questions, I encourage you to utilize the calls that we already have. And another call is this call Wednesday night. We do this call every Wednesday night so that everybody gets an opportunity to get their questions answered. And if we can't answer it, then we'll try to find the answer. So don't take these Wednesday night calls for granted, but definitely show up and have your team show up, because they're very important. One of the things that we're talking about now is that how do we regain the importance of live events? Those of us who have been in the business for quite some time know how powerful live events are, and the difference that it can make in your business. But some people who are actually exposed to our business or started on Zoom only really see the Zoom aspect of it. So that's what they know. They don't know the power of being in the room and actually getting the information. And so Dr. Coakley has been talking about this. And so we're really instituting the fact of getting to live events, because not necessarily for the presenters or for the events, because the difference that it makes in people's business, because we're not in the business of just signing people up. We want people to have success. We want all of our executives to have success. And sometimes hearing those live testimonies, or getting that live training, sometimes that's when it clicks. Or maybe hearing that one nugget that you need to take back to grow your business really makes a difference. So I encourage you to have the conversation with your team and say, hey, you know what, it's great that you come on Zoom or you don't come on Zoom. But I guarantee you, if your team is not engaged, eventually they're going to drop. Why? Because they're just like, oh, I'm not even doing anything with the business. So if you're a leader and if you have a team, you want to make sure that you are inviting your team. You are getting your team engaged. You're saying, hey, you got to be on this call. This happens every Wednesday. And if you can't be on this Wednesday, go ahead and put it down for next Wednesday. Go ahead and get on these calls so that people are engaged and that they know what's going on and they know the significance of their business. So with that being said, those are most of our announcements today. Did anybody have any issues, questions, comments? Or Antoinette, you were saying something earlier. Did you did you have a question or something that you wanted to add?
No, it wasn't a question. I just wanted to give a shout out to Reconice for having her first guest on the Tuesday evening call, and she is still in contact with him, and he's still very much interested. So we'll be getting back with everybody. I just told her welcome him to the team.
There you go. There you go. How did you, I would love to get your feedback. How did you like the way I kept him engaged, because he was obviously multitasking on the presentation. How did you like that?
That was great. And I did hear him say at the beginning that he was working. So he was multitasking. But yeah, that was great. Because I think it kind of keeps everybody alert that's on the Zoom. You know, when you do that, because you're calling out a person's name, and I think it just makes us feel more engaged with that.
Okay.
It's not like you're just doing all the talking, or Nick is just doing all the talking. You know, it's like it's an interaction, which is really good. I thought it was great.
Awesome. Yeah, I like it when I tell them in the beginning, I tell the guests that, hey, this is going to be interactive and asking those questions. And it was quite obvious that when I got off and I checked the people who had watched the video, Vince's guest had watched 100% of the video, which is why that was her second time hearing the information, which is why she knew a lot of the answers. And so she was kind of prepared. And, you know, at the end, it was as if she already knew what she wanted to do. But that was great because he invited her to a presentation, and she was already exposed, and now she just, you know, got a chance to meet us or get to see faces that went with the name. So I thought that was great. But and so if you could send him to watchthisweb.com and let him maybe see that presentation again on his own time, you know, when he can focus and not at work, and see if he retains it. And sometimes hearing it a second time may help as well.
Okay.
Awesome. Michelle Thomas, you have your hand up.
Yes, I wanted to add another announcement. I know it was just a minor oversight, but there's another upcoming event that if you are DMV Believe and Succeed exec locally, you do not want to miss the kickoff cookout on August 1st. So it's in the Believe and Succeed chat. You just got to scroll back. But come on out and set it off with your guests. And
you're absolutely right. It's in the chat. I think it's in the newsletter as well. And that was what I was trying to remember. Thank you so much. And so, yeah, it's in the chat. It's in the newsletter as well. And so, you know, we're definitely going to celebrate those people who show up. We're going to have a good time, whether it's a few, the faithful few, that's fine. We're going to have a great time. We had thought about canceling it until after convention, but I think Nick and I just said, well, if it's a small crowd, we're just going to celebrate who's here and go from there and call it a day. And then we'll do the Super Saturday. We'll do on the 15th, where we're actually going through the nuts and bolts from convention. And so hopefully by letting people know far enough in advance, you have an opportunity to do that as well. So I'm hoping that you guys are actually getting the newsletter and reviewing the newsletter, and putting not only that, but putting things down on your calendar so that you can keep track of various things. And so that's very, very important. There are different things. I think hopefully by now everybody has gone into your back office and realized, especially Travemanity, some of the numbers have changed. So hopefully you've gone and paid attention to that. And so that's a part of your business. If you call Carnival and Royal Caribbean, I think is using the same. Some of the vendors have already begun using the new number. Some use the old number. So during this transition time, you want to make sure you have both available. So make sure. I'm proud of everybody who is putting together a group cruise. I encourage everybody to we're putting together group trips, because that's also a fundamental of your business. Go ahead and do that, and we're going to put together a group cruise for our team for next year. I'm thinking it's going to be next July, as a matter of fact, next July. And so we're going to work on that. Michelle suggested Norwegian Cruise Lines because of the amenities. And I was thinking maybe Carnival, just because it's the fun ship. But we're gonna see what's out there and put something together as well. Did anybody else? Michelle, your hand is raised again.
Yes. I want to piggyback off what you said earlier, and I appreciate you commending me and Michelle being consistent and about the meeting and some of the other execs who show up as well. So I say that to say that who is going to be at the meeting tomorrow to represent Believe and Succeed and our directors who will be doing the presentation tomorrow. We always like to be all hands on deck. Yeah, aren't you supposed? You got that face. Yeah, y'all supposed to be
No,
doing
Brian is doing the presentation tomorrow,
No, Brian
Michelle.
is doing it on the 30th. He's doing it on the last Thursday. Y'all are up. You want me to send you the schedule? Y'all are up tomorrow. Brian is on the 30th. If you go back and look at that,
how are we up if we normally do the first of the month? How are we up on the 23rd?
I don't know, but you are, because we got 5 Thursdays. So you all took the 23rd, and then Brian has the 30th because he was emphatic. He said, I want the last Thursday of the month. So Ann must have put you guys on for the 23rd. I can send it back to you.
Yeah, please do, because I've lost that, and I need to send that back out, because I was thinking that it was Brian as well.
Remember, because I sent it to you as a reminder.
Didn't we talk to Brian about that as well?
But my understanding that
we spoke with Brian.
Well, anyway, I'll send it back to you. But regardless, who's in the front of the room, Believe and Succeed, we need to show up anyway because it's our directors meeting. So it's another Thursday, another opportunity to network and grow and be supportive and come with a guest. So please let me know tomorrow. Can you just kind of wave your hand in the air? Alicia, you're going to be there. Willa, are you going to be there? Alicia, you're going to be there. Michelle, are you going to be there?
I have a 6-year-old. I have to come home to every day.
That's right. Okay. All right. Michelle, are you going to be there tomorrow? Okay. Alicia?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I plan to be there. So, all right. Well,
I'm looking at it now. Yes, you're right. Michelle was July 9th. Marilyn was July 16th. Nick and Ann, July 23rd. Brian, July 30th. August 6th is canceled. I think we had it again because Brenda did not do a presentation this month. And so we did that twice. So I need to change.
Yeah, because I did the presentation on the Thursday that she was supposed to be doing it. I substituted for her that second Thursday.
Right. So we just need to I'll change the flyer, and yeah, we'll be doing the presentation on this Thursday, the 23rd. Awesome. Okay, thank you so much for keeping me on point with that. I lost that schedule. So here we go.
All right. Well, I just wanted to put that appeal out there and to encourage the team to show up. Come on out.
I appreciate that. And you're absolutely right. And that's something that the company, not only us, but the company, it just benefits everybody when you show up for a live event. Even if you can't come all the time, you realize that you learn so much when you show up for a live event, and you find you're just much more engaged. So I encourage you to not only come, but definitely tell your teammates the importance of attending live events. And so so that's you're absolutely right. And I know Nick and I don't know if we would have made directorship without without having weekly meetings, without knowing about Super Saturdays. We also had what was called red carpets. The red carpets at our corporate offices where you would go and actually sit down. They used to serve lunch, and I think they still do, but you would go and there was a whole training event, and we just learned so much more at the red carpets. And it was you were always head and shoulders above everyone else. And so there's value in terms of going to the events and actually participating as well. So I encourage you to go. I think Miss Ayanna, you've gone to red carpets. I know I've seen you at red carpets. I don't know, Michelle, I know you've gone to red carpets, red carpet events. You've never gone to a red carpet event at the corporate office?
You talking to me or the other Michelle?
I was talking to you, Michelle Thomas.
No, I've never been to a red carpet. I never went to one of those.
Oh, wow. Well,
yep. I've been to several conventions, but not a red carpet.
Well, I'm here to tell you that it is very just all the corporate events are always they're always chock full of information, and it's all about building relationships as well.
Mm-hmm.
And those people who go to live events do much better than those people who don't. And if you want to keep people in your team, one of the things you want to do is definitely promote live events, from travel parties to weekly meetings to convention. You want to promote that because it's when the business goes from your head to your heart. It goes from your head to your heart. And that's really what makes the difference. That's how you stick and stay. So it is so incredibly important. So did anybody have any? Go ahead.
I was going to say again, and you can't stress enough how important it is, like you said, build relationships. But I, for one, I don't take you guys for granted, but we have a director right here. So any opportunity that we get to engage with you guys, because we see you on the Zoom, so that's a perfect opportunity to come out and see your directors, let them see you, build a relationship. And when we don't have guests, it's a training moment. So just encourage you, come out. Don't be remiss about networking and reaching out and getting that FaceTime, because if you don't get it, I'm going to get it all. I love seeing you guys anytime I can.
Well, all right. Well, all right. Well, y'all, it is 10 o'clock and we've actually gone through. Did anybody have any issues, questions, comments, or concerns? Did anyone?
RSVP for the cookout ends this Saturday, the 25th. So please, if you're going to attend, RSVP by this Saturday.
Let us know. That's right, so we can prepare. And also, we had an opportunity. We'll share it with you guys. I had use or lose. My HR department said, hey, you got use or lose time. And if you don't use it, it's going to expire on the 30th. And so we had a couple of hours. MSC actually sent us an opportunity to come and actually visit their cruise and for a little bit. And so we took the opportunity to do that and met some great people, got a couple prospects. And but it was a really good, and we had never gone on an MSC cruise. And I encourage you, if you haven't the opportunity, I try to put things, any specials, put those in the group. Now they had a special for $199, but we ended up not taking that. We did another one. However, the ship, I wanted to let you know that the ship is an Italian ship, and I think Michelle has taken an MSC cruise as well. The clientele was definitely multicultural. I want to tell you that this was the most diverse, culturally diverse cruise I think we've ever taken, in terms of the people and in terms of the cuisine, in terms of the vibe of the cruise and everything. And so I just wanted you to know, when you're acting as travel agents, to give you an idea, if someone is asking you to book an MSC cruise for them, then your directors, Nick and Ann, we've taken one. I think Michelle Thomas has taken one, but and I'm maybe Michelle McDaniel as well. but it is definitely a different vibe. If you're accustomed to going on Carnival, if you're accustomed to going on Royal Caribbean, MSC is a totally different vibe. And it is truly international. It is truly, and then we met a lady. I tried to prospect her, but I didn't speak her language. But she came from Denmark. She came from Denmark to Miami to take that cruise. And I mean, we saw people from Italy, we saw people from Spain, we saw people from I mean, just so many cultures. It was just amazing. So MSC has been hot in other countries in Europe, and now they're here in the US. And so there are people who follow MSC cruises. And we had a great time. And it was educational. It was educational. I must admit that I think we got the most customer service, the best customer service. We had a situation with our room, and this maintenance guy came at 2:00 in the morning to make sure it was fixed. And then when we left, he followed up and made sure the situation was taken care of in our cabin as well. And baby, what was the first thing that happened? There was another thing that happened. They left us a box of chocolates to say, okay,
the TV and the
oh
phone
yeah,
weren't working.
we went out to sea, and our TV just blanked out and stopped working. So I told Nick, I said, just take a picture of the screen and I said, don't even try to fix it, because we're not buying nobody's TV. So go ahead and take a picture and call maintenance. And we did. And it was I went to sleep, really. I don't even know how it was fixed or when it was fixed, but somebody came, and the next day they left us a box of chocolates that said, hey, sorry for the inconvenience and that kind of stuff. And so I was just very impressed with the customer service. I was very impressed with the cuisine, the difference. Oh my goodness, the difference, the different choices that they made. They made a little song from the Beatles, I Want to Hold Your Hand. So every time you came into the restaurant, they were singing, some of the servers were singing the song to that tune that says, you got to wash your hands. And it was great. They had a whole little thing, you got to wash your hands. And so the kids were washing their hands. It just made it just jovial, but it was a serious thing, because if you walked through and didn't wash your hand, they had hand sanitizer right there that says, oh no, you gonna wash your hands one way or the other. And so that was good too. And so I must admit, I really enjoyed it. I was pleasantly surprised. I really enjoyed it. And Nick, did you want to add anything? We're just speaking to the travel agents on the line.
Impeccable customer service.
Impeccable.
Impeccable.
Yes.
And there's several little nuances we had. First of all, the category that we had in the room, we got there, we had complimentary champagne and chocolates already in the room. And then when the situation happened, like Ann said, with the TV, then they bought us some chocolates. Then we had the other situation with the bathroom. We got some champagne and a plate full of hors d'oeuvres and stuff. So definitely. And then the waiters, the maitre d's, the hostesses, I went on the first day and just met them. And from that point on, every night, they recognized us. They gave us prime seating. They came and checked on us every 15 minutes. I was asking about certain things on the menu. I said, we said, well, just go ahead and order them both. I'll make sure they'll take care of it. It was just great service. Couldn't complain.
Awesome. I have a question for you. Two questions.
Only one question. Only answer one question.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna combine them into one question. Did you get a chance to tour or check out the yacht club? That part and that elite part.
Had we known that's what we would. No, trust me, I tried.
Oh, okay.
We did kind of sneak into the yacht. Yeah, definitely. Now we were at the level just below the yacht club.
We were on the ARIA level. So that was one of the upgrades we did.
And so we had an exclusive area that only we could go into, but I tried to go into the yacht club not knowing that's what that was. I
Uh-huh.
mean, the yacht club experience is next level. They don't even
Yep.
come down and eat with everybody else. They got their own butler service. They got their
Yep.
own separate pool section. Even when we went on the beach, they had the private golf carts to take them on to their
On a
part of
private
the island.
breach. Yeah.
Well, we just happened to use our charm and talk to one of the drivers, so we had an opportunity to go all the way around and see their little private island. They had
Mhm.
their own private chef. So
Yep.
yeah, if you're going to cruise on MSC or you want to have the top experience,
Yep.
the yacht club is what you want.
Absolutely. And
But
how
I
did you
must
like the
admit,
light show?
What light show?
How did you when you went to their island where that lighthouse is?
we
At
weren't
night
there
was
at
We
night.
weren't there at night.
We weren't there overnight,
Oh,
so we didn't get a chance to see that. We didn't get a chance to see that. We didn't get a chance to see the luminescent fish and stuff. They
They
were
talked about it
explaining they were explaining that a lot of stuff we weren't going to have a chance to see because we didn't stay overnight.
okay, got you. And the
Yeah.
pizza
No, and
was the
yeah, no,
best.
it wasn't overnight. It's just you all didn't stay long enough for the whole
No,
day.
Yeah.
right. We
Okay.
didn't. Mm-mm. Yeah, because he said, "Well, y'all are leaving." The guy who brought us back to the ship said, "Okay," and then people were coming on another ship were coming on to the island, and he was like, and they were asking about that kind of stuff, and he was like, "Well, y'all not gonna see it because y'all not gonna be here. This, now we got our second ship that's coming in, and those activities are about to start." So,
Yes.
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, but we really enjoyed it. So for travel agents, if you have an opportunity to do MSC, you can take the special rate, or or just if you want to upgrade. I'm so glad we upgraded, because it was packed. It was packed. I had no idea that MSC was so popular, but it
I
was
think the other thing that
packed.
made our ship so packed this weekend just happened to be the FIFA final too. So there were a lot of people on there from Argentina, a lot of people from Spain, and I don't know if they took this cruise in conjunction with the FIFA championship, but on Saturday and Sunday for the FIFA soccer games, man, they had arranged stuff on all five of the decks where the atrium was. It was just awesome. It was awesome.
Yep. So if you haven't,
And if you have any clients like me that want their vegetarian options have been the best I've had on any cruise ship I've been on. Second to none.
I was just going to say that if you have clients that are vegetarians, Nick, that is something that we have been challenged with since Nick has chosen to be vegetarian or pescatarian, and finding things, the options that he enjoys. Or usually he ends up having to put stuff together, but they really had an extensive, not just on the menu, but even things on the buffet that he could choose that were that looked good, and they tasted really good as well. So not bland, but very flavorful and very tasty. And the fruit, oh my gosh, the fruit was delicious. It was so good. All the fruit was really good. We ended up trying, what was that thing, that funny looking thing, Nick? What was that funny little spiky thing that we
the fruit that's red has got all kinds of little spikes.
spikes?
Dragon fruit?
Huh?
No, it wasn't dragon
No,
fruit.
no,
We know what
no.
dragon fruit is. It's these little, it looks like little sticker briars or something. But we asked somebody, we saw some people eating it. So we asked them how to eat it. And so someone showed us how to break it apart and eat the fruit on the inside. And it was very good. It was very good. We just didn't know what to do. When we saw it, we didn't know what to do. So we tried something new. And so I'm proud of us today. There you go. There you go. All right, Michelle, would you like to add anything? Michelle McDaniel.
It's called a Rabutan. Rabutan.
Rabutan. Okay. Michelle McDaniel.
Just the one thing I do have to say, because I've sailed with MSC 3 times now. The very first time that they came over here, they just got a crew, just people. They couldn't speak any English whatsoever. And I have to say that the the BDMs, because the second time we did a tour, they do take note and they do listen, because we said that the service was not really that great. So they have stepped it up.
I
This
must
service
admit,
was impeccable.
and even people who were not our, like at one time there was even people who were like our room steward. It was like all of them would say hello. Do you need anything? And
Right.
and we had one room steward. I was speaking with him, and he was like it'll be taken care of. And I guarantee you, I don't know if he did it or if he told our room steward to do it, but it was taken care of. And I was like, okay, here we go. But yeah, the service, it was just noticeably different.
Well,
Yeah,
we thank you for being the guinea pig, Michelle, but it's there now.
Oh yeah, I know that. That's what I'm saying. The third time that we went, it was no issue whatsoever. And yes,
Yeah.
it is international because it's a European ship.
Yep, Italian ship.
Exactly. So yeah, so if you want to, there are all kinds of dialects, all kinds of people, cultures, together, all kinds of foods. I mean, I think they had a little bit for everybody, all kinds of foods. And so it was really, really, and we didn't even get to the we didn't even get to any of the specialty restaurants. And we were walking out and figured out that we didn't get to a whole side of the ship. This one, like where the bowling alley was, we were like, wait a minute, there's a bowling alley? The whole side of entertainment, the pool room, all that. I was like, man, what is this? And so
we were on that side for the karaoke. We just didn't keep going further down.
Absolutely.
That's where it was.
So it was really good. So just wanted y'all to know that that's the way I use my use or lose time, and because I was not giving it back to my company. And I just encourage you, when you have an opportunity to get away, please do so. But I was very, very impressed with the lady I met from Hungary. We also met a very nice family from Huntsville, Alabama. But what was really amazing, that there were 3 group trips, 3 family and friend trips on this one MSC cruise. There was one group that actually brought over 125 people, one family group. And let me tell you, the day that they wore red, everybody knew that they were present. It was awesome. And then there was another family group, and they were wearing purple and gold t-shirts. And they were a little smaller. I think they had under 100 people. And then there was a smaller group, and they came to karaoke night and blew it up. And
they were from St. Louis, I think it was.
Yeah. And so it was amazing. And so that was also great to know that, hey, put together a group trip. I mean, somebody got flat out paid. And so there were 3 group trips on that one cruise. And I'm telling you, it was really really nice, and a nice thing to behold. We also went to the comedy show. I didn't particularly care for the comedian. Nick liked the comedian. And so you can still have a difference in opinion and have a good time. So anybody else have any issues, questions? Anybody else sailed on MSC? Well, we just wanted to share that experience with you. It was a last minute thing. We decided to get away and go. We just wanted to share with you guys. But we did talk about our business. We've gotten a couple people watching videos to follow up with. So we were continuously working our business. We're still pushing. We want to get a bonus by convention. And so we're pushing to make this happen. And so you can too. And so keep doing what you're doing, keep exposing your business. But we did want you to know, if you have not tried MSC Cruises, we encourage you to do that. If you're getting those specials like we're getting, just go on a special. I guarantee you'll enjoy it. Anybody else have any issues, questions, comments, or concerns? We're about to end this call. Well, thank y'all for getting on this call. Thank y'all for being a part of our team. And thank you so much for being a part of our lives. We love each of you dearly. And we look forward to seeing those of you that are coming to convention. We look forward to seeing you so we can hug your neck and show and pour love on you. And for those who aren't able to come this time, we're going to miss you, but we hope that you will decide to come next year. Decide now to be there next year, and decide to be on the Super Saturday on August 15th. August 15th from 10 to 1. It's so that we can kind of pour into you and make sure everybody we don't want to leave anybody behind. And we can't recreate. There's no way we can recreate convention. There's no way we can recreate the excitement. There's no way we can just train you and tell you everything, but at least we want to make sure you answer your questions and you're abreast of a lot of the changes that are happening, so that you are equipped to work your business. With that being said, we're going to end this call. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's get some three-way calls. Let's introduce and get as many people exposed as possible. Get those no's, because the more no's you get, the closer you're getting to your yes. So keep going, and keep doing it. And if there's anything that we can do, just call us and let us know. Yeah, have a good night and God bless. Thank you so much for being a part of our team.
Bless you all.
Good
Have
night.
a best night.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.